I guess.
Too late.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the Sun Dragon Sideshow.
The Dear Becky and Lizzy edition.
Yay! I have too many things on this chair. I need to find new homes for things. Hello, hello, hello. As I gingerly sit down.
We're
Hi.
both gimpy today.
We're both in pain from various things we don't need to talk about right now. So, hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber. In super rainy, probably getting 2 inches of rain, little on the chilly side, Brevard, North Carolina.
I'm Liz. I'm the minion there.
I only know 2 inches of rain because Liz told me.
Yeah.
So, she's my weather guru, but you know. So it's our Dear Becky and Lizzy edition where we answer your questions. We have one write-in with a few parts. What are you looking for?
Scissors.
Oh, you want me to get the ones from up there?
I can get the ones from up there. You're
I could let her talk a little, right? How about you get your the question ready, or maybe even start reading it.
I can do that.
And I'm gonna get scissors. Actually, wait. As I stand up and sit down, I might have. I have scissors right here.
You have fancy scissors.
I have the fancy scissors. Use those. Okay.
Okay.
Those are our Lantern Moon ones that are like weighted in your hand. If they're really cool.
They feel so good.
They're really cool. They have these big, huge, like, yeah. They have they have a lot of like before and after the holes. Like so, like the place where your hands go are huge, and the blades are teeny tiny. But that actually makes them fit in your hands really nicely.
Fantastic.
It's like a weighted pair of scissors, a balanced pair of scissors. It's kind of cool. They're expensive because of that, and they come with their own case, but they're really cool. Okay, so
on to normal things.
I don't have to walk away from the camera. Woohoo! Yeah. Okay, so what do we got?
Okay. Hi, Liz. Hi, Rebecca. I heard Rebecca mention Wacky Sacky today, so I found them on your website. My question is, how does this combination of fiber compare to, say, a 75-25 or an 80-20 sock yarn? What does the bamboo bring to the party? More durable, less fuzzy? How will the Wacky Sacky compare to Cascade Heritage prints? I love the patterns both yarns create.
All right. I mean, we can read the rest, but like we might want to tackle this one piece at a time.
That would be fun.
Okay. So Wacky Sacky. I didn't bring over a ball of the heritage prints, but what this person is addressing, Wacky Sacky is 50% wool, 25% bamboo, and 25% nylon. Whereas most sock yarns are what she was saying, that the 75 or 80% superwash wool and the 25 to 20% nylon. This is the Cascade. I mean, I don't know from a scientific standpoint what is supposed to be better, worse, different, everything about the different blends. I can speak from, like, if I pull and stretch on this, I want to say this is my Wacky Sacky. This is my Cascade, which doesn't have the bamboo. The difference is the bamboo, 25% bamboo. It's a plant fiber. I want to say this feels softer.
When it says bamboo, it's bamboo rayon.
It's, I mean, to take if you think about seeing bamboo in the wild, right? To turn that into yarn, you have to put it through a process.
Yes. It's
not like someone can take bamboo and just beat the wahoozy out of it and suddenly spin it. Yeah, it's not like linen. So there is a process it needs to go through. This is not a very good comparison because I want to say they weren't knit on the same size needle, but this feels more sturdy, but it could have been knit on a smaller size needle, you know, like this might have more stretch to it, but again, it was knit on a different size needle. I can't promise that bamboo is going to make it more durable. It could, but I think some people just, I think it's softer.
It is softer. It has a almost like not a silk, but a silky feeling to it. Like
again, that's more of the synthetic construction of it. Like not that it is an unnatural fiber in there, but Bernie just went by like, but he can come in.
He can come in.
He might not know he can come in.
Oh.
He might. decide to go sit outside.
It does look less fuzzy.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. But the wool's still gonna,
Mm-hmm. I think it's for people who like more of the plant fiber stuff. They're gonna enjoy that more. Sometimes having more of a blend in there is kind of nice, but only for some people. Like if someone has some kind of wool allergy, it reduces how much wool is in there. But if you have an extreme wool allergy, you're gonna you probably can't do any of it. So, I think it makes it a little bit softer. Like merino is lovely and soft. It's absolutely lovely and soft. But I think it makes it feel just a hair softer. Plant fibers don't have as much give to them, which I don't know if that is a pro or a con for how these will wear. And I don't have ones. I only have shop samples right now. I don't have ones that I have worn to give you an example of how they wear. So,
well, and like
they might not pill as much because of the bamboo.
Yeah.
Is one thing I'm thinking about.
There's so many factors that go into socks that, like, your needle size can affect so much. Your, the yarn, if you're doing a pattern, if you're not, like, this has the pattern built in, so there isn't, a pattern, but, like, do you wear them all day long? Do you wear them with shoes? Do you wear them in just stocking feet? So many things.
And honestly, the way that the wool is plied can sometimes make a difference in how things wear. Like the cat socks that I made, I wore for one day. I hadn't blocked them or done anything to them, and I felt like the stitches were like around the toes were being kind of weird. And I don't know if that's like the needle I knit them on, or that I wore them before blocking them. But I know a lot of people who don't block their socks. Or just if the plies are different, or some yarns, even with the same fiber content, are sturdier than other yarns. And sometimes it's how many plies are in the yarn and how twisted or not twisted it is. And then again, if you're doing it on a looser needle, there's going to be more space between your stitches and they're going to wear differently. So, I find it fascinating that this has the bamboo in it. And I think it
just from a
it's
visual,
like softer but rougher. It's really hard to describe.
Just from a visual standpoint, I'd say it's pretty comparable.
Yeah. Oh, they're
the Cascade Heritage.
Yeah, I think how they knit up is very similar.
The twist is pretty much the same on the...
Like, this is soft, but it's sturdy, so it's not super soft. But you don't want super soft on your feet if you want it to last. So...
I'd say overall that they're both about as soft. One just has a silkier feel to it.
Yeah.
So...
And I like to go, if possible, as small as possible. So I like to take my socks down to size 0s, which sometimes means adjusting the pattern. Like if I think I did a pair on the same needle, well, I don't think it was the same yarn. This sock was done on like a 1.5, a US 1.5 needle. And I tried to, and it was 56 maybe, something like that, stitches across. And then I went with a different sock yarn, which also throws off the scientific, like, calculation of this. But it was still a sock yarn. And I made the same pattern on 0s. And I think they're little footsie socks over there somewhere. And I cast on the same number of stitches because I'm like, the millimeters, it's so close. It's smaller, but they're so close. It should be fine. And I did the toe, and I could tell the toe wasn't going to be wide enough. Following the same directions just changed my needle size, and I thought because it was like maybe a 0.5 millimeter or less difference, I was like, it'll be fine. I had to go up a size in terms of instructions, and the toe came out the exact same size. So, just goes to show sometimes you do have to test your gauge or make accommodations based on how things are going. But yeah, like I feel like almost adding more fibers of different kinds to it. So we have 3 fibers here and 2 here. They just change how it feels. Yeah, it's almost more robust, but that doesn't mean rougher. We had someone who came in recently looking for a yarn, a superwash merino to put on a baby sweater they were making. and it probably needed to be like a sport or a fingering weight, and almost all the fingering weight we have in the shop has the nylon in it, because
And they didn't want the nylon.
And they didn't want the nylon because it does change how it feels. So we have like one that fit the bill, but it's super fancy, and she just needed a little bit, so she wasn't going for super fancy. So it's always an adventure here. I think that's our best answer to that.
I think
right?
so.
So yeah, she had another part to her her write-in though. So let's take a look.
I'm going to edit it just to make it easier overall question for people. So I want to join the Knit Nights, but I'm not very tech savvy. Can you explain how to?
Yeah, and she was almost like, do I? Because we keep saying you get in with our shop phone number. And what I was reading and was, do I call the number? And so no, it's Zoom functions where once you're in the app, so either on your phone or a lot of computers work now that you can still download an app onto your computer. You need to put in a meeting code. That's how you find all the meeting rooms. Like, think about Zoom as almost like the operators from olden times who are like connecting you to different places. So Zoom is this big place where there's all these meetings happening inside of it. There's all these video meetings happening inside of it. And you need to know how to join a specific one. And so there's a code, there's a meeting code, a join code for every meeting. And I figured out at the beginning of the pandemic that we could set up one without any entry passcodes or things like that with a wait room, but we could set up what we wanted the code to be. And I said, hey, why don't we? Someone else might have done it before me.
It's
and I
exactly
borrowed the
the
idea.
same number of digits as a phone number.
Well, you can change the number of digits. There's a minimum number of digits,
Yeah.
But one of the things you can do, like, we set it up to be the same as our 10-digit phone number, because that's something people can remember, rather than having a random code you have to write down somewhere. Use our shop phone number. It's on all of our cards. It's on our website. It's on our Facebook page, all that kind of stuff. That is the code to get in. So if you've never used Zoom before, it is a little wonky to like figure it out the first few times. There's a web address you can use to get into Zoom. And I put it on every single post that I put on Facebook. It goes on Instagram too, but Instagram doesn't have things that are clickable. And when I put it on our calendar on our website, I try to also have that. It's a clickable web address that will get you started. At the end of it, it has the right meeting code and everything. So if you've never used Zoom before, you can use that to get in. If you don't have Zoom on any of your devices yet, you can get into our, you can join from a phone, from a tablet, from a computer. If you've never used Zoom before and you find that link, rather than trying to just use our phone number, that's not going to get you anywhere. If you go to Facebook or my calendar and look at, if we haven't updated the calendar, it'll be in one of the old Tuesday, Thursdays, that kind of, Tuesday, Fridays. Too much going on in my head. Where there should be that clickable link. It never changes. We keep it the same for that very reason, for consistency. It never changes. It's Zoom with the meeting code that is our shop phone number. There should be a clickable link there. And I just tried from my phone before we started filming. If you click that link on, say, Facebook, it will try to take you to Zoom. And if you don't have Zoom on your device already, like if you do have Zoom, it'll say, hey, do you want to open up Zoom? And you say yes, and then it should kick everything off right. That's how I do my therapy, which is on Zoom from afar because my therapist lives in another state. So I know that part. But when I tried to click the one for our sit and stitch, it first tried to take me to Zoom, and it said, do you want to download the app? And I recommend saying yes. It's safe. It's free. You don't need You don't need to sign up for anything, I don't know if they're going to make you use username or password.
I think you need a username and password.
But it's not going to charge you anything. There's no fee. Like, I pay a fee to have a long meeting. You all don't need to pay anything to join Zoom. But once you have that software on your device, then it's more streamlined and it can connect you. And sometimes it'll even remember time to time that you're on Zoom. I also tried because in Facebook it was like, hey, if this doesn't open up right, click this link to copy it and paste it in any web browser you have. And so I did that too. And it took me to, I have Safari on my phone, but any web browser you have, you can say copy link, and then you go to the web browser and open up that window where you're going to put in an address, and you paste it there, and then it will lead you through. It'll say, hey, you probably need the app right now. Apps are not just for phones anymore. They are also the way that most computers function and interact with different software as well. So follow the instructions when it says, or you can call this number. I tried that. That wants it to try to call the shop. Get the software on your computer. It won't hurt your computer, and it's free to do. And then it's there. And then anytime you click that link, it should kind of shuffle you through things and get you to where you need to be. And once you're on it, if you're on at a time that we are on, like I sometimes get notifications that people are testing out the link or they're trying to join when we're not actually hosting, so the meeting's not open. It'll just say the meeting's not open. But if are you going to try to join right now?
Well,
and see what happens?
I have.
If you try to join when we are having like from 7 to 9 p.m. on Tuesdays and Fridays, you'll be put in the wait room, and I'll be alerted that you're there.
Yep.
And as soon as I can, I will admit you. And then we can try to, there's ways that you have to, like, if your camera's not on, it'll ask you to turn on the camera, and it'll ask you to connect to audio. And if you have issues, we'll try to help you out with that. But there should be buttons you can push, either on screen or click with your mouse, that get you connected.
Yeah.
So, what happens?
I go to Zoom and hit the join button in the meetings.
Yeah, if you have Zoom, you're going to click join.
And then mine's saved, but it's 82887.
No, 877. Oh my gosh. 3550.
3550. I always wig out because the prompt wasn't there. So I hit join, and it'll waiting, and then it'll be like, here's your video.
Like, you get to check out how you look before you join.
And then it'll say waiting for the host to start this meeting. And then when she starts, it'll say, do you want to speak or, have the Wi-Fi, whatever.
Yeah, it's if it says waiting for the host to start the meeting, there's a good chance that you've tried to join on a time when the meeting's not open.
Or Rebecca's just late.
No, well, that could be. Like, if it's anywhere between 7 and 7:05, usually by 7:01 or 2, I've opened the meeting. But if once the meeting's open, you'll more get a message like the meeting is open,
and the host will let you in.
Yeah, or we'll let the host know you're here or something like that. Like my telehealth meeting messages might be a little different than you all get. Even if knitting and crocheting is good for your health, we are not an official medical forum. So, anyway, so that's, follow the prompts. Let us know if you need more information, but don't just call the number, because that's just like calling our shop and we're not here when our sit and stitch is happening. So, look for the link. It says US, it's like o2.us.zoom. There's all this gobbledygook that's hard to remember, but we have the link. Like, it's embedded in our newsletters. It is on when we have the Sunday events, it is a clickable link on those. It's like, instead of tickets, it's like I put the link in there, so there's ways for people to access it. And it's copied into all of our posts about Tuesday and Thursday. Why do I keep saying Thursday?
Tuesday and Friday.
Tuesday and Friday.
Because I don't know the shop phone number.
If it's out of order. Oh my gosh.
And
We're not perfect. It's all good. So, let's see. We've been filming for 20 minutes. Okay. We're going to do a little bit more of a preview of stuff that's happening on Local Yarn Store Day. And things you can get and fun stuff. And I tried to get the Casapinka kits up yesterday, and between visitors to the shop and I had a lesson yesterday that took up like past lunchtime. That's okay. It was lovely, but it just meant I wasn't doing other things. I still have this whole pile of new kits. I got the old kits photographed, like things that we've had from past years that we still think are awesome, photographed. We put together a bunch of really fun kits. We can go over some of them in just a second, but I still need to get pictures up online. I got the Casapinka codes this morning, so that's super exciting. So that means that I can start when you purchase things, you don't have to wait until Saturday, because the kits, a lot of these will be one of a kind. Only a handful, and we're not even sure which, can be replicated. The kits will not be on sale on Saturday. They will already be a somewhat reduced price from what you would get if you were buying them individually anyway. And the kits are coming with a free pattern. So there's already savings there. So those are not part of the 20% off sale. If you want to make your own combo of fingering weight yarns for the Casapinka shawl, just let us know in the comments that that's why you're buying the yarn, and we'll give you a code for a free pattern. So the codes we can start giving out right away. We can start emailing them right away when people are buying yarn with us. We only give them out when you buy yarn, like 2 skeins of fingering weight yarn. This isn't for, hey, I bought yarn with you in the past. No, this is a moving forward thing. This is a promoting our shop, promoting local yarn stores. Lots of other stores will be doing this too, so it'll be really fun. The codes will only work, to my knowledge, they will work on Saturday and Sunday to get a free pattern on Ravelry.
The 30th and the 1st is a Sunday and Monday.
This is a discussion we had off camera about the email that was sent to me, that I think the days were wrong, because she mentions, like, usually what happens is the code is valid on Local Yarn Store Day and the next day. And this year, that's the 29th and the 30th.
Yes.
Yeah. I wasn't even going to bring that up.
Sorry.
But that's okay. The email she sent out with the codes had a little bit of confusion in it. What I'm going to say is use it or lose it. The codes should work Saturday or Sunday, which this year is the 29th and the 30th. And they may not work after the 30th. So for anyone who buys a kit with us, say you bought a kit on Saturday, you weren't able to check, or that's when you wanted to buy your kit. If you buy one with us online, we will email you the code as soon as we possibly can. Like we don't know how busy we're going to be on Saturday, but we will try to email you the code, rather than, like, if you have to wait to get the yarn in the mail to get the code, then it's not going to work anymore. So we will email you the code so you can go ahead and get the pattern off of Ravelry. Ravelry may be set up now that you need a Ravelry account to access it. I don't know. Like, we'll deal with that when we get to it. If you have challenges that way, let us know. But this all functions through Ravelry. So, but we will make sure you have your code, even if we're not able to ship the yarn until next week. We definitely don't want you to miss out on that. That's the whole purpose of this, right? If you start buying today, like I'm really hoping, I may not release all of the shawl kits at once. What I may do now that I have the codes is I'll start publishing kits as soon as I can today, but I'll be adding to them. So you may want to wait. Like, you've got time. They are some of these are one of a kind, but you have time. If you buy the kits soon, I will still email you a code as soon as I can, and then you can go ahead and use it Saturday and Sunday. So, Casapinka Bronwyn is on a cruise right now out in the Atlantic, and I don't know how often she has access to her email, and she's probably going to get swarmed with emails of certain kinds. But if the email is, hey, my code doesn't work, and it's Friday night, it doesn't work till Saturday. So, I will go back to show you some kits of that in a second, But the other thing we're releasing, it's not part of the sales. Remember, we're going to have 20% off most yarn and merchandise and notions in the shop with the code LYSDAY2023. And that will be active on Saturday, only for Saturday. One of the things that's exempt from that, but is really cool, and we are going to release on Saturday, because we only have limited amounts of these.
Our limited edition
Edition pins for 2023 and stickers. So this is what I designed, and it's kind of in focus and kind of not. I'm trying to get it in focus. My camera doesn't want to focus on him. It's our sun dragon. It's Sunny, the dragon, on the mountains, peering over the mountains, because the yarn crawl theme this year is the mountains are calling. And he has, I'll show you on the sticker. The sticker is the same. See, the sticker's bigger than the enamel pin. The enamel pin has 2 pins on the back to keep it stable. I want to say this is like 2 inches wide? No, 1.5 inches wide. It's about 1.5 inches wide. I'm using my thumb.
Yeah, it works.
And the sticker makes it a little clearer. Again, we've got the knitting needles and crochet hook and yarn balls and Sunny peering over the mountains. And the date 2023. This is our 2023 pin. I'd like to make a tradition where, as I drop it, we're making a new pin and sticker every year for limited release. And I can't remember the prices of these actually. Like when we put them up online, you'll see. I want to say this guy's more in the $3-ish range, and this guy's probably going to be in like the $7 or $8 range, but I can't remember. We'll see when we post them. I did not come prepared with that information. I apologize. But they're super cute, and we will release them on local yarn store day. And if you if you want to show your sun dragon pride, if you still have a spot on your water bottle or your computer, because that's where a lot of people put their stickers.
I have a spot on my water bottle.
I'll make room on my computer for this one. So, we only have a limited number. When we're out, we're out. But I think they're going to last at least through local yarn store day and the yarn crawl, which is the other reason we have them this year. So I want to see if we can show off some of these. When we do our little kits, they come like, we have a little bag with a local yarn store day sticker on it, or the shawl sticker on it, the 2 skeins. So I'm doing, I am not going to get done with mine. But she has released photos at this point, so I feel okay showing this off. I think I showed it off on Tuesday. This is how, I'm almost on section 7, and there's like 13 sections. And it's going to end up being a triangle shawl when it's done, and it's really cool. Mine is The Mountains Are Calling and White Squirrel Shuffle, which is the classic combo, and I think the colors are looking really, really pretty.
Love it.
Really, really pretty. We'll have some kits of this, and if we run out, we will refill as we are able. Liz put together, we have the new Brevard in Summer color from Yarn Baby, which is gorgeous. Liz has paired that with Electrolyte black, so it's sparkly. If you don't want sparkle in yours, you can make your own combo by buying a Brevard in Summer and like a Heritage black. Those are both available on our website if you like the idea, but you don't want the sparkle. The kit has sparkle. I will try to indicate that when I post them as I can. We have so many random yarns pulled together for this.
I will say that if you're looking to make your own kit in some of these colors, either they don't exist anymore because they're already in a kit, or we have limited supply. So buy early.
Yeah, it's some of the like we have quite a few more Brevard and Summers. We didn't order as many as some of the other colors from Yarn Baby. We didn't plan for that, but you know, it's all good. It's been a very popular color. Some of the hand dyes, it'll be one of a kind when we show it to you. Like we took an old Yarn Baby, but good, beautiful Yarn Baby that we have. This is the Calm Before the Storm. I don't know if we have any of these left. But,
we don't.
You know,
it's the last.
This is the last one. We are pairing it with Electrolyte in this lovely gold. That's beautiful. Some of these I haven't taken out of stock yet. If you see this episode and you're like, it's still in stock, go buy it, and we'll just have to break up the kit. Sad. But we'll be watching our online sales like a hawk. We have some of these won't be super wash. if I can, I'll try to indicate that, but we have some really cool yarn from Spunky Sheep. This is another local indie dyer. This is recycled wool, tencel, and just recycled wool and tencel. That's right. And it's fingering weight. It says wash with tepid water. It doesn't say machine washable, but these are the same fiber, and we just thought these colors would be so fun together. So we put this together. This is Nanny and Fern. I'm just pulling at random ones. Let's see. What
real quick.
Yeah.
Will you hand me the skein of yarn that is out of its packaging? That's Kathleen's, and she left it on the table yesterday, or day before, because we were getting ready to leave. And she texted me and said, hey, put that aside, and I completely forgot.
And
Shout out to Kathleen. We love you.
Shout out to Kathleen. That's not going in a kit. Okay. That was a ba yarn. We don't have hardly any ba yarns left, I think, and there might not be any in kits at this point. But like, we have taken some of our lovelies from Lorna's Laces, who stopped dyeing yarn several years ago. But this is mixed berries and powder blue. Casapinka recommends that one of these yarns be a solid or tonal, or like I'm using the White Squirrel Shuffle, so it just has a little bit of speckle in it. And that's like your color A, your background color, and your variegated can be color B that just kind of like pops in and out. So we had that in mind with some of the ones we made. Some of them are just two solids or close to solids, and some of them are fitting that more tonal solid and variegated. There are just so many. I mean, we've got Daydream Dye Works with sparkle in it. This is Bear Chasing and Fiber Spates Burnished. I've used this combo before, and it's really pretty. This is actually, one of those went in, one of those didn't. This is a combo of that in the DK in terms of seeing how the colors come together. It's a little moody, but very cool. We have a lot of, like, this one is Fiber Fairy, who's a local dyer, and Spunky Sheep, and Targhee, certain breed of sheep in nylon. This one's not machine washable, but this one is. I recommend for all your shawls hand washing. But this is Princess Power. I like that name. And Sunflower Hill. Like, look how sunny and cheery that's gonna be.
We had a lot of fun.
We had a lot of fun. We have a few that are working with like a softer palette. This is Lorna's Laces Baby Stripe. And then again, another Lorna's Laces is Sally Jean. So if you want to light colors with a dark, we did Fiber Fairy has one like that powder stripe, but she calls it Baby Love, Baby Stripe, Baby Love. And we put it with a bright turquoise called Classic Aruba. I mean, they're just going to be so much fun. I think I already showed that one. We also, so we tried to put all of Yarn Babies with something. And the Brevard in Fall, which is a little more subtle than Brevard in Summer, we tried it out with the Electrolyte, which again, sparkly gray. It's like a blue-gray. It's really, really pretty. If you want any of our classic Yarn Baby colors, Mountains Are Calling, Brevard in Fall, Brevard in Summer, White Squirrel Shuffle, you can put that, you can select those independently and put it with something else. And just tell us that you want Casapinka's code, because that's what you intend to do with these two skeins of yarn. Let us know in the notes. We won't necessarily assume because you're buying two skeins of fingering weight yarn that you're intending that. Just let us know in the notes if you're not buying one of these kits. If you buy one of these kits, we're definitely putting a code in there and emailing you a code. So we gotta go. It's almost time for the shop to open, and we have way too many things to do, and we're hoping customers come by too, so that's a lot. So we're gonna go get ready for that. This is our last episode before Local Yarn Store Day, so just contact us. If you put a comment on this video, we will try to get to it. There's a lot of things we're attempting to keep on top of right now. So we will see you next week.
Bye.
Subscribe. We are at we're over 1480 for subscribers. So we're less than 20 people away from 1500 when we promised you another YouTube sale. I feel like this happened 1 year in the past. If that anniversary falls right around the yarn crawl, we may wait until after the yarn crawl to give you the sale, but we will give you the sale. When we hit 1,500 subscribers, we will give you a sale for a short period of time, probably like 3 or 4 days. We may have to delay it until we don't have other crazy things happening, but we will. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing because everything helps us out and we want to help you out. So, yay! Okay, have a good weekend. Bye.
Bye.